du lépp luñ la woon baluñu la misaal nga daa di koy gëm del dégloo lu weesu dee.
Member of the Gambia Award Ceremony Committee on this beautiful Tuesday morning here at the West African Examinations Council Banjul Office grounds. We thank you all for coming and acknowledge the fact that besides your busy schedules, you still created time to come and celebrate and recognize excellence with us. During the gift, I will now humbly hand over the mic to the Master of Ceremonies of the occasion to take us through the rest of the proceedings. I am grateful to be part of this historic process with my members of the organizing committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Sose Janjideng. We have a little amendment to the program that is after item 13.
National Education Directors, invited guests, principals, parents, awardees, members of staff, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I wish to welcome you to yet another edition of the National Award Ceremony for the 3 best performing candidates in the Waec for School Candidates and the GAMBIA for School Candidates. This year, we are recognizing outstanding performance in the 2020 and 2021 editions of these examinations. You would recall that about this time last year, we were gathered right here on the premises of the Council to mark the 2nd edition of the awards. The national awards, the awards are of 2 types. The national awards are one of 2 awards instituted by the Council for recognizing outstanding performance in its examinations. The other awards are the international awards. Whereas the international awards are open to and competed for by candidates from all member countries of the Council, the national awards are confined to candidates in the individual member countries and are organized by the national offices. Ladies and gentlemen, the national awards are an important part of the Council's activities in all the member countries. In the Gambia, the awards were reinstated by the Gambia Administrative and Finance Committee at their 153rd meeting held on May 11, 2012, and that very year, the 1st edition was held. After a long break, the 2nd edition was held in May 2021. On that occasion, ladies and gentlemen, I indicated in my allocution that the management of the Banjul Office intended to make the awards a regular feature of the Council's media meetings. Our presence here today is testimony to our making good on that promise, and we intend to keep the promise. Ladies and gentlemen, the objective of the awards is to recognize excellence in the education system of the country and to encourage students to strive for that excellence through this recognition, the prizes given, and the public profile of the event. The criteria for the awards may be stringent, but they are not beyond the reach of our students. We are gathered here today to recognize and celebrate the achievements of 3 high flyers in the Waec for School Candidates 2020 and 3 other ones in the GAMBIA for School Candidates 2020 and the GAMBIA for School Candidates 2021. The awardees are from Nusrat Senior Secondary School for the Waec for School Candidates 2020 and from St. Teresa's Upper Basic School, Gambia Methodist Academy, and St. Charles Luanga for the GAMBIA for School Candidates 2020 and the GAMBIA for School Candidates 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic records of our winners show that they have been high flyers throughout their academic careers, thus serving as a validation of the Council's examinations. They also achieved their grades without the slightest hint of exam malpractice, again proving that the Council's examinations are passable at the highest level without any impropriety. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to congratulate all the awardees and their families on their remarkable achievements. I also wish to congratulate their schools for teaching them so well. I also wish to take this opportunity to thank our stakeholders, the most notable among them being the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, but also all the schools in the country all our examiners for their cooperation with Waec at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Our next item on the program is the introduction of the chairman. The chairman is actually ably represented by the Family Secretary, Ministry for Basic and Secondary Education, Mr. Moses Mende. He will actually give us the remarks on the Gambia National Committee and Waec Endowment Board of Trustees. I'm being corrected. Our able PS is the actual chairman. Correct us, please. He is the chairman of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Louis Moses Mende, I humbly invite you to the podium to give your remarks.
Mr. Gomez, the chair of this occasion. Just like it was highlighted, yes, I'm the chairman, but I'm not making chairman remarks as such. What I'm going to do this afternoon is to make the remarks of a member of the Board of Trustees of the Endowment Fund, who unfortunately is not with us due to some other issues beyond her control. And thereafter, I will also make some remarks on behalf of the Honorable Minister, who should have also done the same. So my remarks as chairman would be self for today, and I'm going to only make remarks on behalf of those two distinguished personalities. Thank you. Like I said, chair of the occasion, Mr. Gomez, my uncle, former registrar, and my boss in the University Governing Council, who is also former HNO of this office here, in the persons of Mr. Ndoul, former HNO also here present, Mr. Njai, head of national office, Mr. Samba, my uncle, Mr. Alpha Akan, my colleague, member of council, Mr. Sanyang, my colleague member of national office, Mr. Seka. I have also seen my other colleagues here in the teaching field. I have my principals here, my colleagues. I want to recognize all of you. I want to recognize my other colleague, board chair, and also former member of this national office, Mr. Bird seated there, and my other distinguished members of the national office. My colleagues' parents who are here this afternoon, and more importantly, the people that matter most in this gathering, those who have made all of us proud to be here, my students. I wish to warmly welcome you this morning here. Having said that, I want to go straight to read the statement of the member of the Endowment Fund as given to me. The chairman, the Gambia National Committee, members of the Gambia National Committee and other committees of council, the head of national office, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, awardees, members of the teaching fraternity, parents, guidance, staff of Waec, media, and all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good morning to all of you. It is yet another year that we are here to celebrate the excellence and achievements in academics as envisaged by the Waec Endowment Fund Board of Trustees. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Waec Endowment Fund to welcome you to the third National Award Presentation Ceremony. The award presentation ceremony has the dual purpose of rewarding outstanding performance in the Council's examination and serving as a motivating factor for those candidates preparing for the Council's examination. The award ceremony presentation was introduced in 1984, and since then it has been implemented in all member countries. On behalf of the Fund and Council, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the award winners for the 2020 edition of the WAS and 2020 and 2021 for GAMBIA for school candidates. I wish to extend my warmest congratulations to them on their laudable achievements. We hope your achievements and rewards will inspire your brothers and sisters. We are proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I crave your indulgence to give you information on the origins and aims of the Waec Endowment Fund. The fund was established by a council at its annual meeting in March 1982. The primary aim of the fund are to promote educational development projects of international nature and to encourage and reward healthy competition among candidates, all geared towards enhancing excellence in education. The awards for outstanding performance as instituted by the fund are of two categories. The international awards, which are open to all candidates for WAS, school candidates, in all member countries, while the national awards are confined to candidates in the individual member countries. The international awards are for the best 3 students in all the 5 member countries. It is worth of note that numerous candidates could hence satisfy the criteria from any member country, but by mere ranking, they may fail to secure any of the top 3 positions. Cognizant of such scenarios, the fund also established the national awards to honor and recognize excellence at country level. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to dilate more on the award procedures of today. There will be 3 sets of awards. The first shall be the best students or candidates in WAS 2020. The second is the best 3 candidates for GAMBIA 2020, while the third is the 3 best candidates for GAMBIA 2021. You may wonder what happened to the set of WAS school candidates for 2021. The simple reason is that the criteria have been aligned with the international criteria, where candidates must have sat at least 8 subjects, including English language and mathematics, and obtain grades A1 in all the 8 subjects for Excellence Award, or A1 in 7 subjects and a grade of B2 in English language for a distinction award. Going by that criteria, there were no winners at WAS level in 2021. Interestingly, award winners have usually performed far above such requirements, as will be discovered during the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, award winners, I hope the tradition of excellence and endorsement in the form of certificates and cash donations associated with the prizes will serve not only as a reward for the winners, but also as a challenge and a pertinent motivation force for those candidates who will be sitting for the Council's examination in the future. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Waec Endowment Fund, I wish to express my warmest congratulations once again to the awardees for their hard work and achievement, and hope that it will serve as a motivating force to inspire all Gambian candidates to strive for excellence. I thank you all. For the member of the Endowment Fund. Now I'll proceed to read the statement of the Honorable Minister, whom I'm deputizing. And the statement reads thus: the Chairman, the Gambia National Committee, members of the Gambia National Committee and other committees of Council, the Head of National Office, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, awardees, members of the teaching fraternity, parent guidance staff of Waec, the media, and all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good morning to you. A year ago, we were gathered here to recognize excellence in our education within the school system. Today, we are gathered here again to recognize, celebrate, and glorify high achievements in education in our schools. It is worth to note that our education delivery system continues to produce high achievers year in, year out. On this historical and auspicious occasion, I want to first and foremost felicitate the worthy awardees being recognized today. The 3 candidates with the best performance in the World School Candidate 2020 and the 3 candidates with the best performance in both 2020 and 2021 GAMBIA School Candidate exams. I also wish to congratulate the parents of these awardees, as well as their schools, namely Nusrat Senior Secondary School, Gambia Methodist Academy, St. Teresa's Upper Basic School, St. Charles Luanga Upper Basic School. Furthermore, I wish to congratulate the Banjul Office of West Africa Examination Council for their strive to continue recognizing and rewarding excellence in the examination they conduct. These achievements are not mysterious at all. Over the years, we have seen government's demonstration on its commitment to ensuring quality in our education sector. Consequently, we have witnessed increased support in infrastructure and funding through our partnership with development partners. This has led to a significant increase in the number of classrooms blocks added to the upper and senior secondary schools throughout the country. The increases in funding and reorganization of the sector, all in improving conducive teaching and learning environment, thus contributing to quality education. Chairman, the Head of National Office, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to heartily inform you that in April this year, the Gambia was one of the few countries in sub-Saharan Africa to be identified by the World Bank and its partners to benefit from the policy linking training for global reporting and learning outcomes facilitated by CIATO, an international assessment body based in the Netherlands. The confidence that our international partners repose in us is a testimony that we are on the right track. I am confident that with our continuous partnership with Waec, continuous partnership, and in the assessment of our education system, as well as the support of our local and international partners, we will soon meet the Millennium Sustainable Development Goals in education. Finally, I wish to congratulate our deserving students, our top nation candidates for WAS and GABEKE have proven that outstanding performance is within one's reach. I am confident that the awardees achieved their grades through hard work, commitment, dedication to their studies, avoiding all forms of examination malpractice, which is a common one as we all need to tackle and as stakeholders in education. It is said, there is no shortcut to success. I hope their achievement will serve as inspiration and motivation to young people throughout the country. As regards examination malpractice, let me hasten to add that MOPSI appreciates all the efforts that have been made by Waec and all the stakeholders to reduce it to the most possible level. That I said, I wish to explore and all and sundry to help us stamp these menace out of our dear motherland for historic and meaningful sustainable development to be attained. I hope that the awardees tonight will face their future endeavors with the same level of commitment and determination to make us, their parents, their country, and everyone much proud in the future. Mr. Chairman, Head of National Office, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this note, it is my privilege and honor to declare this award ceremony open. Thank you very much. That was the statement of the minister. So before I just take my seat, I want to...
as well as your able boss, our Minister for Basic and Secondary Education. Thank you very much for those wonderful deliberations. I would like to acknowledge the presence of a few invited guests. We have Mr. Mamadi Sise, Principal of Newstrat Senior Secondary School. Mr. Sise, from our flying results. And as a result of that, Waec should be say thank you for hard work. I believe this activity started during the GCP era in 1985, when one Sola David of Nigeria came out with the most outstanding performance. In the Gambia, we did not get it until 1991. And I believe, I really stand to be corrected, up till now we did not got anything. In 1991, Salman Ahmed, a student of St. Peter's Senior Secondary School, was able to break the jinx. I think it was actually a jinx from 1985 to 1991. And like our PS said, it is not a miracle to get outstanding performance. It is never a miracle. It only requires hard work. And I believe our students were very, very hard work. The attestations of their principal always mention hard work in all of them. And I believe that was the mere reason they were able to achieve that feat. Salman, we attended school together. The name may sound very unfamiliar, but he grew up like an ordinary Gambian child. A Pakistani, grew up in a local community of Banjulinde, not in Pipeline. He grew up in Banjulinde, mixed with all the Mandinkas, the Fulas, the Yolas, and whatsoever. So it shows that any Gambian could actually reach that pinnacle. And in school, he interacted like a normal child, like any other person. We played basketball together. He actually got the bruises that I got on my feet while playing basketball. Then I was very short, and one of my colleagues would joke to me saying, "You are studying auto mechanics, but no, you will not drive." Because we wonder what kind of vehicle they will provide for you. And he said to me, "What you have to do is follow me. We play basketball." So each day we will continue playing basketball. He will take me to some obstacles and say, "You have to jump, touch that obstacle." And I will keep jumping. Even at night when he's not around, after studying, maybe around 12 midnight, I'll just go out to refresh and then see the obstacles. I will start jumping. Maybe people who see me in those days will say this guy was getting mad. But maybe, thankfully, this is how I was able to get a better height. And that colleague who made that fun of me would now look at me and say, "This is you who I thought before you would not be able to drive. Now you are taller than me." So Salman was an ordinary Gambian child. So I believe our students can really get that far. We can really get our students to reach that far. And this is a task for some of our senior secondary schools, that we really feel you can get that far. For others, they are trying, but for some of the senior secondary schools, I don't want to name names, you really have to produce best candidates in the Gambia. From 1991 to date, it's a long period. It is a very, very long period. You need to get us those results. And I believe some past Waec candidates are here. You've not done the worst yet. I will task you that during the next award, we will have a Gambian representative. Yes or no? Yes. You can do it. I am tasking you today that during the next award, one of you will actually come out winner. I am not saying you'll be the first, but I am saying winner. Whether first, second, or third, that is the first task I'm giving you. Give us that representation in the national, in the next Excellence Awards. This year, 2021, like our PS mentioned, we don't have a representation in the Gambia, even in the national awards, because the criteria has changed. But we have somebody in Nigeria by the name Tinasa Isabel Waec, who was actually able to break the jinx again and became the most outstanding student in the WAS. So that is the challenge we have before us, and I believe we could really get to that height. Our next item would be a drama on examination malpractice, which we all know. It is no longer a secret. We have to expose it. Before that, we will have an interlude of music before our drama group comes in. Thank you.
The reasons why examination malpractice should come to an end. The candidates there are ready to demonstrate some of the few ones that we have put together to let you see how it takes place. And I want you to understand that these are the good ones, the good sides you will be seeing. There are some that are very terrible, which we cannot show here. But with these also, I want to believe that you can get a clue of what is going on and see how best we can all come together and come this funny demonstration action among the schools while examinations take place. Ladies and gentlemen, on to the contestant. in some cases. Okay, I think we can all stop work now. It's time. Okay? And I'll give up your papers. Now, viewers, this brought us to the end of the examination itself. Now, they are going to explain to you what happened. Perhaps you did not see what happened. Beginning from
These are just few different ways in which. Good morning, everyone. These are just few different ways in which students cheat on the examination hall. We have five, due to time factors, we have just five. We start with the first one. She was using hands demonstration. Can you please stand up? Yeah.
If the letter is C, I will just put on 3 fingers to show that C is the letter, is the answer, yes. A, B, and C. C is the answer. Behind, at the back, or the sideways.
Yeah, B, C, and D. So she was pretending to scratch her neck or just to rub her head. So when the answer is letter A, she will just be doing like this or like this. When it is B, she will just do like this and the other way.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. We come to the second one. Just like this. Yeah. Can you repeat the? Can you put on this? You are repeat the action.
The evidence is here. The answer is written under my shoe. That's where you saw me, my legs moving.
So how you do like this?
Yeah, okay. You just paper, wrote the answers there, like in math, in statistics. Yeah, we expect statistics to come in every year. So she just drew the table there to show us the answer. So while tapping the paper under her shoe, she'll be just doing like this or like this to show people behind and people besides her. Okay, we have the smartwatches, which has the application of phones. It's having its own dictionary, having its own WhatsApp, having its own phone calls. Okay, she was using this artist dictionary to show people the answer. So she came in, but the teacher didn't realize that it's a smartwatch. Still pretending to check on time because we are in examinations, we have time factors. While she was checking on the answers and showing her friend the answer. Can you repeat that?
I was doing like this one, like I was pretending like I was giving her the word to check on time factors.
Speak louder.
Like I was pretending like I was giving her the word to check on time factors, so like she copied the answers and gave them back.
We have Basiru Jallo. Okay. He came in, he was sad, but found nothing. Okay. He was having his food inside her shoe, inside his shoe. When he came in limping, pretending that he's injured, well, there's nothing in it. Okay. He was using his phone to check on the answers and showing his colleagues the answer. Can you repeat the action you did?
I was using my phone before I was
Sit
sad.
on the chair.
Okay.
How it works.
So my phone was in my shoe before I was sad. So the examiner did not search my shoe. So the examiner didn't find anything on me. So the examiner assumed that I was safe. He was safe from me. But the examiner didn't know that I was having my phone in my shoe the whole time. So after sitting, when the exam was placed, I have snapped some questions and answers and solutions on the textbook. So when the exam was going on, I just took out my phone and went to my pictures and then was finding the answers there. And I was also searching every answer, every question that I don't know. So when I see the examiner, I will just hide my phone on my knee like this and then pretend like nothing has happened. And then I'll be doing something. Yeah, so that was it.
Last but not least, mine. Okay. I came in without nothing. My cheating was inside the examination hall. I and you exchanged papers without writing our names on the paper. I studied, he didn't study. So I was the one doing the whole work. I didn't write my name on my paper while he didn't write his name. So whenever I write, I'll just throw my paper to him and he will bring his paper so that I can do the whole work. Thank you. I will now give the floor to Basiru Jallo. Thank you very much.
Say some disadvantages of examination malpractice. We have so many disadvantages, but I would like to just name a few. So the first one is it doesn't pave a way for a bright future, because if we the students are involved in examination malpractice, at the end we will not have the result we have will not be a true one, because we didn't earn it. It's just that we earn it from cheating or malpractice, and then if we happen to grow like this, at the end it will not benefit us, it will rather not benefit the country. So we will just be wasting resources or doing something else. The second thing is
so we have to open our eyes, we have to get our wits. If you look at the two exchange papers, you will not know, you will think that one of the paper when it fell, it went across, flew across to the other one. And he was ready to pick it up, and while he picked it up, he picked up the other one was not written, so he had two papers. So what did he do? So he wrote the answer for the other one who does not know what to write, and then he passed it on. So we have to be very wise and very smart. I want to say on behalf of Gambia Senior School, we have come it's not what we do. It's not what we do, but we have come to demonstrate what others are doing and what, if we have the chance, we can do.
Or the other involved. I believe the results were a true reflection of your studies, your actual work in the examination hall, not assistance from elsewhere. And like they mentioned, examination malpractice is a syndrome that is almost coming to stay. If we do not actually take very bold steps in all quarters, this syndrome will stay and it will be very bad for our country. The repercussions of examination malpractice are very, very vast and wide, and they are detrimental. Somebody who has 9 A's, well, he will be able to go into university and study medicine. But if that individual never actually deserved those 9 A's and went into study medicine and was able to manipulate the system again the same way he was able to manipulate and get the 9 A's, goes into the school of medicine, manipulates the system again and comes out as a medical doctor, what kind of medical doctor will he have? Not a good one. That medical doctor may lead some people to their graves. He will lead some people to their graves. So it is actually a responsibility for everybody to spot out examination malpractice, report it, and get rid of it. Otherwise, if it stays, it is going to be a big problem for everybody. We really need to jointly fight, be it a student, a parent. Funnily enough, we have parents who condone the idea just because they want their child or what to maybe be recognized like the others here, or maybe gain access to university. But that is not the solution. We have other solutions to that. And again, teachers are involved. It's not nice to say it, but teachers are involved. They are involved. And I believe teachers of those days that were able to get Salman Ahmed onto the podium as an outstanding student were not those kind of teachers who are helping candidates to perpetrate examination malpractice. I believe they were not those type of teachers. And we really need to stand firm and weed out those teachers who are spoiling the name, the good name of teachers. We always hear that the reward of a teacher is in heaven. That's what we always hear. But not the reward of a bad teacher. The reward of a bad teacher will not be in heaven. Most of the time, the reward will be shown here. You may be sent to jail. And students, I believe you can do that. Since you are able to spot out all those malpractices, you know your colleagues who perpetrate them. Right now, I know we have, how do you call them? Sales representatives actually rife in town trying to entice people to pay money, $3,000, $4,000, so as to be able to get questions, ask questions. You know them, they are around. Sometimes we don't want to accept, but we know these people. Let's expose them. Expose them. Otherwise, the future would be very, very bleak. We may not have a bright future at all. So thank you very much for that brilliant piece of drama. Before we move on to the business of the day, that is what actually kept us here waiting, we will have just a very brief interlude of music while we munch a piece of cake or snack and sip some drinks. So let's have a moment of, like the chairman mentioned, unfortunately we could not meet the criteria for presentation of awards for the 2021. So we are only going to award the Waec 2020 and then move on to the GAMBIA. Mr. Samba Toure. Mr. Samba Toure is accompanied by his father, also Mr. Samba Toure. Could you show your hand so that we see where? Okay. Okay. Could you move on to the stage, please, while I read your citation? That Mr. Samba Toure was born on August 9, 1991 to Ali Toure and Fatim Lo. So I believe maybe the other Samba Toure is an uncle or a cousin. Samba was raised in Balangar, his father's village in Central River region. Having completed his lower basic school in Balangar, he proceeded to Kaur Upper Basic School, where his commitment and dedication to studies earned him aggregate 9 at the Gambia Basic Education Certificate Examination, GAMBIA. So Samba actually started a long time ago. It was not just by accident. Still aspiring to ascend to academic heights, Samba gained admission into the commercial stream of Newsland Senior Secondary School in the year 2021. He quickly established himself as a force to reckon with in his chosen course of study. In the year 2020, Waec for senior school certificate examinations, Samba did remarkably well, scoring 6 A's. Let's clap for him. He achieved A in economics, A in the principles of cost accounting, A in financial accounting, A in commerce, A in agricultural science, A in geography. Achieved a B in science, a B in mathematics, and C in English language. So that was not actually a big achievement. Samba really actually worked hard to have that good result. And we thank you very much. Samba will be awarded a prize by the Banjul office. Chairman, our PS, Mr. Louis Moses Mende. Mr. Mende, would you come forward to present the prize? And it's a check for $15,000. So all that you is a check for $15,000. I believe if any of us gets that into his pockets or our pocket first today, you will really smile all the way home. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambature. You will be given your prize. This is the check for it. Mr. So, where do you have Mr. So? Okay. Mr. So is accompanied by his father, Ibrahim So. Suleiman Sow was born in Fadikunda on April 27, 2001. He had his junior secondary education at Charles Jau Upper Basic School, where he scored aggregate 6 at the Basic Education Certificate Examination. So our winners actually started the process a long time ago. They were not actually doing the short cut. They did a long cut. That is what we all have to do. Let's do long cuts to get there. With such a phenomenal performance at Gambia, he secured a place at Newsland Senior Secondary School to study science. He always lived up to expectations in such a competitive class. In the Waec for Senior Secondary School conducted in the year 2020, Suleiman distinguished himself scoring 6 A's. Also achieved 6 A's. That is not actually something easy to get. He got A in mathematics, a field that most Gambians dreaded, or many children dreaded, but he was able to get A1 in mathematics. A in further maths. He also got A in geography, A in physics. So we really have a potential astronaut or engineer right in front of us. I don't know what Suleiman will do, but I believe that is what is really taught for him. A in chemistry. Suleiman, I don't know how far you've gone, but rethink engineering. We need that field in the Gambia. A in science. And then B in agri-science. Not too bad. An area that also needs intervention, agriculture. Maybe you think of that area. B in biology. And B in English language. I don't know what you intend to do, Suleiman, but I believe the fields that I have mentioned, if you can go into farming, I will guide you. I'm also a practicing farmer. I will guide you in regards to what you need to do. Engineering is a bright future for you. You could really go into that. This country needs the best streams in engineering. We need the best streams to take care of our vehicles. Our vehicles these days are getting serious trouble, not because of certain things, but our mechanics. Our mechanics and our roads also. So if we can get our cream to go into that area, that will be really welcome. I don't know the principle of St. Peter's. I don't know what Salman was able to do, but I believe he went into engineering. And when we were in St. Peter's, we had all the facilities there in those years. You will walk around and you see the internal parts of a vehicle, how the vehicle works. That's how I loved auto mechanics. Unfortunately, because of one criteria or the other, I faltered along the way, but that was actually my field. I was one of the top students in auto mechanics during that year. But for one reason or the other, I had to fall by the wayside. St. Peter's, do something about the technical area. We really entrust that into your hands. And you can really do a lot. We all went through that school, especially the present teachers there, and we know what we could really get. Suleiman Sow is going to be, he will be given a check for $17,000. He will be presented by our chairman. Mr. Chairman, could you walk up to the podium to present this check to Mr. Suleiman Sow? A check for $17,000. I know you feel like money. Dallas. Jim Jane was born on April 12, 2000 to Mr. Basiru Jane and Mrs. Fatou Nyang, both of Jokado, North Bank region. He completed his junior secondary school education at Kumputan Ketaya Upper Basic School. Wow. So who says small schools, as we call them, cannot produce good results? They can. So no school, maybe schools in Fatoto and the hinterlands would be taking note and working hard to achieve this. I think there was a year that the school in Shom was able to achieve that. So there will be no excuse for everybody. Every principal should work hard to get that. Murekunda, I'm aware there is somebody who also had outstanding performance at Murekunda, way in Sierra, Uara. He gained admission into Nusra Senior Secondary School after performing very well at the Gabeke exam. In the year 2020, West Africa Senior Secondary School examination, Jim rubbed shoulders with the best candidates. He scored 7 A's. The others got 6 A's, but Jim came out with 7 A's. 7 A's. That is not actually something easy to get. A in mathematics. You know whether he's studying engineering. A in science. A in physics. A in geography. A in chemistry. Those are the areas that I always look at. Chemistry and physics, if we need to get good engineers, they should be good in those subjects. Mathematics is core. Also A in further maths. And again, they are not very bad farmers. B in agricultural science. B in biology. If he was here and if he had not gone on to study engineering in Ghana, I would have said, why not think agriculture? But he's already there, studying engineering, and we wish him the very best. I believe he will be one of those engineers who will solve our perennial problems in the Gambia. Mr. Jane, tell Suleiman that the Gambia, tell Jim that the Gambia relies heavily on him to solve some of our problems. I will not mention the problems, you know them. Tell him that we rely very heavily on him. to solve those problems. We will call our able former HNO and registrar, Mr. Matthew Pindu, to give this award to Jim. A cash prize of $20,000. A lot of money. $20,000. Jim is not here, but we believe the money will get to him. That's actually a lot of money for Jim. Thank you very much, Mr. Wu. Thank you very much.
Del deglo luwe sudet digalo ivan wona la nigal bayi gor